Morning, Steve Lentini, Lord Lentini, Training for Life and the Best Getting Better. I'm also a certified speaker, trainer, and coach for John Maxwell. I want to talk today about the science of getting rich. It's a science, and there's a lot of material that's written by authors over the ages on the science of getting rich. It goes back to Wallace D. Wattles, Charles Haanel, Elizabeth Seton, Helen Wilmans, Thomas Troward. So Thomas Troward was a judge in India. So he was working for Britain. And he wrote a lot about the science of getting rich. And he didn't call it that, but he did write about opulent thinking and how thinking is what was creating man's experience in the world. Of course, he was surrounded by poverty in India. And he knew the difference between what the British people were experiencing in life and what the Indian people were experiencing in life. And we see that today in Western countries versus some of the third world countries. And it's all about their thinking. There needs to be a level of education that brings people up, but it's also in Western countries, right? So we're not teaching people the science of the power of their thinking, which is the science of getting rich. And there's plenty in the world, right? So if you're thinking opulent thinking, right? If you have that science of getting rich mind frame, there's plenty for you and you're not taking from others. You know, we live in a miracle. People forget that. So the people that get stuck into the dog eat dog world and competing and it's miserable out there and all they do is complain about their health, their neighbors, their boss, their job. That's not opulent thinking. That's not opulent thinking. And that's anti getting rich. Because as long as you're a complainer, you're keeping your good from you. You're keeping your good from reaching you. But when you lift others up and when your own words lift others, and when you spend your time thinking and picturing the life the way you want it, not just about money, but about having so much that you could help others. Picture lifting others, not just giving them. I think you teach someone how to fish rather than give them fish, and you could help people who are struggling by lifting their thinking and showing them how you are rich and show them how they're rich in so many ways and that they're small minded. There's an echo in here, right? The acorn brain. My. I'm angry. My life isn't working out. Oh, look at that one. All of that kind of thinking is small minded, and you could teach people how to release that and look around and find something to be grateful for in their life. There's plenty if they have healthy children, if they have, even if it's an old car, but it runs and gets them to where they want to go and it's dependable. There's so much to be grateful for. And that's the key, is to teach people that they're the thinker of the thought. So why think in terms of lack and anger? Anger that others have so much, or anger that I was born in a certain family, or anger that I was born in a certain country. There's no sense in that. There's opulence everywhere, as Thomas Troward wrote about. So Russell Conwell wrote about acres of diamonds in your backyard. Again, that was opulent thinking, but the story talks about a man who left his farm because he heard people were finding diamonds on the coast of Africa, and he left his farm in Africa. He sold it to someone in search of diamonds, eventually became broke, in despair, and killed himself and left behind a family of left behind daughters and a wife. And one day, a priest went to the farm, a clergyman went to the farm looking for this man. And of course, he met the new owner. And while he was talking to the new owner, he said, "What's that rock on your mantle? Where'd you get that?" He said, "Oh, I got him in the back, way off in the stream, way in the back of the farm. And there's lots of them laying around." And he recognized it as a diamond. And it was one of the largest diamonds ever found in Africa, which led to the first big diamond mine. And here they were strewn about the surface of this stream. So the guy left it because he was small-minded thinking. He didn't think about opulence. He didn't look in his backyard for how he could serve others, or on his own farm looking for diamonds. Maybe there's diamonds in your backyard. Of course there are. There's ways to make a living on the internet today. There's ways to make a living in your neighborhood. There's ways to make a living helping others if you think about looking at the science of getting rich. Expand your thinking. Find something to be grateful for. Amazing what will come to you as you begin to think about adding value to others instead of being small-minded and angry. You'll find acres of diamonds. You'll find opulence. First, you have to change your mind, eliminate any bitterness and anger and arrogance, and find things to be grateful for, and then start picturing what it is you want in your life, and make sure your words match. Eliminate the complaining and the small-minded thinking, and you will find that you are rich, and you'll get even richer. Why not? Thank you.